Wagwan, my loves. I was just actually I was just actually outdoors. I did a 30-minute walk around the neighborhood where I go out of one subdivision and walk around to where the streets are busier and they have businesses and things like that. And then I come back in through the actual entrance of the subdivision that I'm staying in, okay? So as I was doing my walk, this was like a intuitive thing that told me just to get out because yesterday I was enclosed most of the day. I had recorded quite a few videos and I was really inspired to share those videos with you guys because it really was something that made my heart happy. So anything that makes my heart sing, I want to share with you guys. Otherwise I would just not do it. So, also, I just felt the need to clear my head because I knew when it would be time for me to like prepare something for me to eat for lunch. So, as I was walking, I was saying my prosperity and self-image affirmations, and I shared some of those with you on yesterday. And I do have some more that I'm going to share with you as well because this is an ongoing series for me because this is something that my higher self has been actually has. Just made me feel like it's that time for me really to start focusing more on the affirmations and utilizing that in a meditative state, not just doing the normal meditation where you're being more of kind of like in that yogi state where you're working to get to that level, just more on the lines of also tapping into how you can get into that meditative state and in touch with your higher self by saying these affirmations and also by allowing yourself to let go and allow your higher self to kind of like take the wheel, so to speak. So as I was walking, it came to me why the affirmations can be so powerful. Like, what makes them so powerful? What is the magic behind them being so powerful? Because for years, people like the book I was telling you about. That book was written in or at least published in 1978. It's called Creative Visualization, and it's written by, which I didn't tell you guys, it's written by Shakti Gawain. And Shakti has been doing this for over 40 years. She's been expressing been expressing herself or using her voice and her writing skills to express to the world why positive affirmations are so important, why visualization is so important. So why is it that all this information has been available to many people, however it's still something that the collective conscious has not quite grasped and taken a hold of? And it's because of course, we realize that we're all at different levels of learning and different levels of our journey. Some people will not get it in this particular lifetime. Some will, and that's why you continue to repeat through your reincarnations. However, I'm not saying all that really to dwell on that fact. I really want to just express why affirmations are so much more powerful for some and not for others. And so why some people stop saying them and they just, don't even... and they think that basically the magic doesn't work, that they don't work, and why others are successful at achieving all of their goals by utilizing the positive affirmations or using affirmations, right? So here's the reason. And this is my perspective on it. This is the information that was given to me by my higher self. The affirmations are not just about the actual words that you're saying, because we do know that words do have power and they can either curse us or they can bless us, right? If you want to use the word bless or bliss. Okay? So the words do have power, okay? They can be a detriment to us or they can be a blessing to us. However, the thing that really like solidifies it and just puts that magic on it, that juju on it, it's the emotions behind it. It's the emotions behind it. That's one of the other things. And then another thing that adds the magic to it is the way we feel about it. So it's the emotions and the feelings that come with it. And also another thing is, if you really know it, not believe it, you really know that you already are that thing that you are affirming. So first, let me get into the emotions, all right? So if you're saying the positive or saying any affirmation out of desperation, like you feel like in your emotions that you're not really going to get it as well, which is part of emotions and feelings tying together. Or you are coming from a place of sadness, or you're coming from a place of anger, or whatever emotion you're feeling at that time will impact whether or not that affirmation is going to have power behind it. So if it's self-doubt, if it's low self-esteem, like if you're saying a self-image, something that builds up the way you feel about the way you look, you are basically watering down that affirmation. So it's like watering down an alcoholic beverage. You making a vodka and cranberry, but you put this much vodka in the glass and then this much cranberry juice. So it's a watered down version, and so the impact of it is not really going to hit you. So basically, you're not connecting that affirmation. You're not connecting it to the universe, and you're not magnetizing it. So it's not going to reach the destination that you want, or the momentum behind it will really not, it won't be moving basically. It'll just be like standing still. It's like you being in traffic and your car is edging up a little bit and a little bit. So, you're not really making an impact with the affirmation. So it's almost like it's no point in you saying it. And I don't want to discourage anybody and say, because I know that it takes time to build things up. However, when you're saying your affirmations, it's always best to say it when your emotion is in the place for it to actually have meaning behind it. And there are different exercises and techniques you can do. Like, even if your emotions aren't right, there are different techniques you can do to get your emotions there. And I'll talk about that in another video. However, this video, I want to focus on the reason why affirmations can be powerful or they can lack power. The second thing, how you feel about something. So if you don't feel that you can achieve what you are affirming, you are also not allowing the momentum or the magnetism of that thing that you are affirming to happen, to come into a physical existence. If you truly want to create a certain world for yourself, a more positive world, a more abundant world, a more prosperous world, you have to truly feel it behind it. That goes back to, and the emotions, those both tie into your heart harmonics. So if your heart is not in it, if your heart feels sad, or if your heart is feeling a more negative emotion behind it, then your heart is not basically being, your emotions are not being the weaver of your heart. So your DNA is not even creating what you want in order for everything to work together in perfect harmony. That's what the heart harmonics does. It causes for every cell in your body and every chakra in your body, everything to line up in perfect harmony and send out a signal through your auric field, through your emotional layer, your emotional body, to send out a signal into the universe and send it at faster than the speed of light. You know what I'm saying? For it to truly just be on like a NASCAR driver type shit, like a red eye jet or whatever you want to call it, for it to be brought into a physical reality in a quicker fashion. It's literally a muscle that you are building. And of course, the more you do the exercise, the stronger that muscle gets. So again, I'm not saying for you not to do it just because your emotions might not be in the right place or your feelings may not be in the right place. I'm saying that you have to get it into the right place before you start saying those positive affirmations. Doesn't mean that you're at the place that you truly love yourself. It just means that you get your emotions are at a place at that particular time, in that particular moment, that when you're saying those affirmations, that the emotions line up and the feelings line up with what you're saying. It's more of an optimistic outlook. Okay. And the third thing I want to say that brings power to it and magnetizes your affirmations is you already knowing that you are that thing that you're affirming. So we talk about, and we hear all the time, people saying that you can't look at what your physical two eyes are seeing at this very moment in order to really get the things that you want. Meaning you have to already feel and know in yourself that you are the abundance. Because I know I'm the abundance, because I know that everything I need is within me. For me, everything I want to achieve and everything I desire is already in me. It's in every cell in my body. It's in the fabric of my very being. It's woven into me. So I know that there is no choice but for me to just like explode and be and have everything that I could have ever imagined and more, because you are imagining something, and your imagination is basically the image that you already see yourself as having and being. I see imagination as being your magi. It's the magical thing that creates your physical world and your physical being. It's what it was what causes your light to either radiate, your magic, or for it to be dull. And that ties into your emotions and feelings and the way you feel about yourself, because that's your auric field. So the more powerful your auric field is, the quicker you will manifest those things through your positive affirmations. So your emotions, your feelings, and your knowing are the three things that you need to work on in order for you to manifest and achieve the things that you really want out of life. You have to have a certain emotion behind it. You have to feel a certain way about it, okay? And you have to know that it is already within you. You have to know it. So when you are doing like self-image affirmations, you need to stand in front of the mirror and not look at yourself in a negative way. You need to be able to look at yourself and already say that I am a beautiful, radiant being right now. I am a healthy weight right now. It may not be physically showing right now, but you are already affirming it. You already know it. Doesn't matter what you see at this very moment, because this is all an illusion. This is something that you created already in the past. Now, in the right now, you're creating what you want right now. Okay, so just remember that. I just wanted to make sure I expressed that with you guys. Like I said, the Creative Visualization book by Shakti Gawain is truly a powerful book. And the fact that it was published, I said this before, in 1978, which is the year that I was born, because I'll be 40 years, this physical body will be 40 years old, or 40 years young, whatever the fuck you want to call it, next month in November. And I actually realized that I have the original copy of the book, original publishing of the book, because the cover and everything is the original. It was republished, and it has like a newer look and everything, but I have the like original cover. There is no coincidence. Everything happens in the divine timing of the universe. And the universe is definitely way more powerful than a lot of us really know. It is free-flowing and abundant. And when you truly know that, your affirmations are truly way more powerful and way more impactful on your life. So I'm going to go ahead and end on this note. This actually turned out to be a soul food for thought. And it's going to be in my positive affirmation series in my playlist, but I'm also going to add it in the soul food for thought, so you guys can also pick it up and look at it on that playlist as well. My dear hearts, I love you as always. Sending you love, peace, abundance, and blessings out into the universe. If I didn't say that at the beginning, because I was so like ready to go. And also, as always, sending you love out into the ether. Sending you love out to the ether. Love yourself. Know yourself. When you know yourself, you know your worth. In my Drake, know yourself. Know your worth. It's important. All right. So Again, guys, thank you so much for everything. Thank you for liking this video, adding your comments to it as well, and subscribing to my channel. Peace.